Hey, sixth grade wheel, this is Mr. Erdmans here. Hopefully you found some success with watching the YouTube tutorial. If you struggled a little bit with it, that's totally fine. Sometimes it takes, one or two tries to get it right. This was actually my second attempt at learning this. Here was my first one earlier, and I wasn't quite happy with it, so I decided to try it again. So even your teacher sometimes needs to try things a second time. So when you get to this point here, I want to talk to you about how can you color this to make it look as interesting as possible. So the way to do that is to incorporate 3 different values with your colored pencil. So what I would recommend is that each of these worm tunnels, you come up with a pattern. Maybe for this one, I'm going to do red and blue, and then maybe this one I'll do orange and green, and then red and blue, orange and green, and kind of flip-flop. But here's what you're going to want to do. Let me zoom in. I'm going to color this one right here. Now, you're going to want to try to show 3 different values in each of these shapes. So I'm going to start right here with this one. So a couple ways you can do this. So what I mean by 3 different values are a light value, a medium value, and a dark value. And you can do this light to dark or dark to light. I'm going to go dark to light on these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the corners of this shape be dark, this area right here be kind of a medium blue, and then the middle be a really light value. So what I'm going to do is just kind of lightly put my colored pencil down and kind of notice how I'm coloring in the shape of the worm tunnel. Like I'm not going up and down, I'm not going diagonally, I'm trying to color my lines in the shape of the object. Now, I'm going to have the middle of this be the lightest value. So once I've kind of gone over this as light as I can once, I'm going to then go over it a second time. But I'm not going to go all the way to the middle. So I'm holding my pencil nice and loose, and I'm just starting to put in some value. And just go nice and easy. Just got to build these layers up nice and slowly. So you can see I've got a light value and a medium value. And then on the corners, I'm going to go in one more time and do a third layer to try to get my dark values. There we go, just like that. So you can see if I zoom out, I've got a dark, medium, and a light value. Now, if you're running into this issue that I am right now, where you can see it kind of like doesn't really blend very well right there, all I want to do is just lightly with my colored pencil, just kind of go over it a couple of times to kind of fill in those missing spots of color. So just like that. So what I can do with this then is I could do every other one blue. So maybe I'll color this one, do the same thing up here. There we go. So in the spaces in between, I could switch to my other color. So I'll try doing this with orange. And there we have it. And then this is going to take you some time. It should probably take you about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe longer, maybe a little bit quicker to do the pencil drawing. But the big time-consuming part of this project is going to be the coloring. And I'm going to recommend that you spend, realistically 1 hour this week coloring your optical art project, your worm tunnel project. That's not an exaggeration. An hour is really not that long. It's basically one class period when we were back at Crossler Middle School. So what you can do is if you need a little bit more of an explanation, you can finish watching the YouTube video I posted. The artist in that is going to show you a finished piece at the end. If you have any questions, please add a comment in the weekly question, or you can tune in for office hours on Wednesday, and I will be happy to answer any questions, look at your projects, and offer any advice. Thanks for tuning in.